Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm finally doing it. I've had cold feet about starting this channel. I've taken some videos, I've deleted them, I've even posted one video and I've deleted that, and it had one viewer. So that one viewer who watched it and then I deleted it, maybe you wanted to share it with your friends. I'm sorry, girl or guy or whoever you are. I'm sorry. But let's hope that this is the one that actually makes it onto YouTube. Let's hope that this is the one that actually starts the conversation between you and I. So, let's start with introductions. My name is Netemba. My surname is Ngobo, and everyone calls me Snare. I am Snare G Ngobo on all my social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I am most active on Instagram. And let's hope I'm going to be very active here on YouTube. So this channel, I'm actually just starting it to share more about my natural hair journey, the things that work for me, the things that don't, and we're gonna get into DIY hairstyles. We're going to get into product reviews. We're going to get into just general hair care for your natural crown. And I'm not saying that I'm an expert, but I've been natural for 9 years and I think my hair is healthy, so I think I do know a bit of how to take care of it, and I want to learn more. So it's a good thing to document it here. And I think South Africa is just in a very interesting space when it comes to appreciation of us black girls. And I don't mean appreciation from other people, I mean us appreciating ourselves and us appreciating our own hair and our own beauty, because we've been learning from westernized beauty standards for so long that we are in an era where we are starting to rewrite our own beauty regimens and our own beauty beliefs. And I feel I want to be a part of that movement. All right, because it's so exciting. It's so exciting, guys. Melanin magic. Hello, girlfriend. This is the world we live in, and it's a beautiful world. So let's share this together. So this first video is just going to be a chit chat about my natural hair journey so far, what I've learned, and how I got to this point. Just so with all the videos going forward, you guys are in context with what I do for my hair and why things might work and might not work for my hair. And hopefully at home you can try it out for yourselves and share with your friends and family as well, because I've learned so much from YouTube. So much from YouTube. It's not coming from TV, it's not coming from magazines. Like, YouTube taught me how to take care of my hair from the beginning, because even my mother didn't know how to take care of natural hair. She had relaxed hair all her life, and she had relaxed our hair, me and my sisters, all our lives. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk firstly about my big chops. I've had two big chops. The first one was at the end of 2010. That was December going into 2011. So I had relaxed hair all my life, as I've said. So the only time I would see my natural hair from from preschool to grade 3 was when my mom would cut our hair. She would cut our hair maybe every 1.5 years just to get a fresh start, I guess. I'm not sure what her reasons were, actually, guys. I'm lying. I don't know. I don't know what her reasons are. But she'd cut our hair and she'd cut it really short. And she'd cut it like not really short, but just go short. And then when it would grow back, when it was like an inch long, she would start relaxing it again. And you know, Batim, banenwele lezekati. Yes, she would. That's how soon she would relax our hair, and I'm sure a lot of Black South African girls can relate to that. Um, and then from grade 3 onwards, my hair was never cut. Me and my sister's hair was never cut. It was just relaxed on the regular. So maybe every 2 months, 3 months, it would get relaxed. Um, and then in 2010, it was my first year in varsity, and I had had weaves for like the whole year. It was weaves, relax, weaves, relax, weaves, relax. I had braids maybe once that year. And then in December, when I took off the weave that I had on, I realized my hair was so thin and I didn't like it. It wasn't even a hairline problem. I've never actually had hairline problems. I've never had hairline problems, but my hair was thin all over. It was not looking full as I know it to be, especially in this area, which I still have problems with, but we'll talk about that in other videos as well. It's especially in this area. And then I asked my mom, just on impulse, I was like, cut it. And she was like, what? I was like, no, cut it. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, here are the scissors. And then I sat between her legs. She cut it, she cut it, she cut it. And then I looked at myself in the mirror. It was like down to the growth, which was not even an inch. But I knew I could grow some before the end of January going back to school. But I was like, I'm going to rock this. I didn't look great. I don't think short hair suits me. I've got a chubby face. I don't think short hair suits me. But I was like, whatever, I'm gonna rock it. And sure enough, I rocked the hair and I was trying my best to take care of it. I was using normal moisturizer like your Dark and Lovely, that cream oil moisturizer. I was using, I was using just stuff that I found. But sure enough, when I went back to campus in January, I started researching how to take care of natural hair. And I started finding videos mostly from American YouTubers, because it wasn't so popular yet to have YouTube channels, especially on natural hair here in South Africa. And I learned about water, not specifically the LOC method, but water before moisturizing your hair, which has been a major key. And I learned so many other things up until 2014. This was my first year after varsity, and I was unemployed, and I couldn't afford my hair products, and things were rough. Guys, my hair was in a state. At some point, I was spraying my hair with water and then putting Vaseline on to moisturize. It was that bad. I couldn't afford the products that I was using before, and we'll get into those products maybe in another video. This one is not about products, so I couldn't afford the products that I was using, and my hair went bad in 2014. Woo! Joburg. Yo, Igoli will show you. It went bad. I had Vaseline and water. So what were we trying? Really? And eventually, end of 2014, going into 2015, I chopped my hair again because it was not winning once again, because my regimen wasn't being upkept. So in 2015, I did the big chop again. And then luckily I did find a job and I was able to get back into buying products and oils that are good for my hair and taking care of my hair properly. So now that we've discussed the big chops, let's get into what this video is really about. So I've made some notes. Here we go. And I just want to talk about the do's that have worked for me in this video. So as I've said, I'm not a professional. I'm just a girl sharing her journey and the things that work for her. And I just want to share the do's because I think these are pivotal um, for us natural girls. And maybe these are things that have worked for you as well. So, the first one that I've already mentioned is water and H2O as a source of moisture for your hair. During my relaxed days, I never even used to use water. I don't even know if it's good for relaxed hair. But H2O, guys, is key for your hair. First of all, it puts moisture in your hair. Secondly, it makes your hair manageable. It's a natural detangler. So I'm not saying don't use a detangler, but it will start the process of softening up your hair before you moisturize it or you style it. So every time, start with water. Even when I'm going to use a leave-in conditioner, sometimes I start with water. Sometimes I don't even use a leave-in conditioner because the water sometimes does such a great job that I feel like I don't need it. And then secondly, I have oils. So oils are very important. We know we use oils for your LOC method. We use oils to seal in the H2O. We use oils also to pre-poo sometimes, to do hot oil treatments. And oils have been important for me. Before I started buying natural oils, one of the first oils I was introduced to was olive mil- the olive miracle um, oil. Olive Miracle is the brand. They have an oil that's such a good blend of natural oils. There's shea butter in there, there's jojoba, there's coconut oil, there's olive oil, and it's just oils. If you read that ingredient list, it's just oils, and it was so good for my hair. It's still one of my favorites, and it's about 40 rand, which is a really good price. Um, Also, other oils that are good for you is coconut oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil. I've tried coconut oil in my LOC method before, but it did to me what is called a wear out effect. So some of you might have read about this. I'm not an expert on it, but I definitely did experience it. So I would put water, put the coconut oil, and then put whatever cream I was using at the time. And what would happen, it would seem as if the coconut oil had stayed just on the shaft of my hair and hadn't absorbed in. So my body temperature would go up, or I'd be sitting in the sun and literally the oil would start dripping down my neck, which was so bad. And I've stopped using coconut oil in my LOC method. You are more than welcome to try it because, first of all, it won't wear out straight away. Secondly, our hair is not the same. It might be great for you, but I still use coconut oil for a range of other things that we might do videos on as well. I still use it to remove makeup. I still use it to moisturize my face because I have dry skin, and sometimes at night I feel like it needs that extra rejuvenation, especially in winter. I still use it to shave my legs. It's really good for that. To moisturize my body, especially when I'm lazy because it's so silky. It goes on so easy. I use it sometimes to pre-poo depending on what I feel my hair needs. So I still buy a tub of coconut oil, but it lasts me way longer now. The oil that I'm currently using in my LOC method is olive oil. So I buy a 1 liter of extra virgin olive oil from Macro. Guys, always make sure that when you buy olive oil for your hair and your face and your skin in general, it should be extra virgin olive oil. That's the type that's safe to put on your skin. And when you read the ingredients, it should say extra virgin olive oil. Some say cold pressed extra virgin olive oil, and it is expensive ish depending on your pocket. It's like 130 something for a 1 liter tub, 1 liter bottle. So for some people, I understand that that is expensive, but it really lasts. For me, it lasts maybe 3 months, and I sometimes even cook with it. So try it out. The next thing is hair porosity. It's very important to understand your hair porosity. So I have high porosity hair. And let me tell you first on how to find out if your hair is high or low porosity. So you can take a few strands. You don't have to pull out of your scalp. Please don't. When you are combing your hair, you can take a few strands. Make sure that the hair is not wet. Leave it to get dry. Make sure that your hair is not wet when you do this test, because the results will not be accurate, because you are testing for how fast your hair absorbs water. So the longer your hair takes to absorb water, that means it is low porosity. The quicker it absorbs water, that means it is high porosity. So how you do the test is you take a few strands of your hair, of your dry hair. You can fill up a jar of water, not full, but like maybe 3/4 of the way. Then place the hair at the top of the water, just drop it in there, and see if your hair, after a certain amount of time, I can't remember the actual amount of time, you'll need to Google that. After a certain amount of time, you need to test if your hair is still floating near the top, or if it has sunk to the middle or the bottom. If your hair has sunk towards the bottom, it means you have high porosity hair. If your hair is still floating towards the top of the waterline, it means that you have low porosity hair. So I have high porosity hair, which means my hair shaft opens quicker when exposed to moisture. So when I take my water bottle and I go, it opens quick. It means it absorbs that moisture quickly. It means my hair cuticles, which are the building blocks of the hair shaft, open quickly to absorb moisture. But it also means that they stay open for longer, so it's quicker for me to dry my hair, and it's quicker for me to lose that moisture that I've just put in, which is why it's so important to then seal with an oil and a cream to make sure that your hair shaft is super moisturized. So that's a bit on the LOC method, but also on oils and high porosity, low porosity hair. Okay, then going to the LOC method. Some of you might be familiar. If you are not familiar and you'd like me to do a video on it, please comment below. LOC method is liquid oil cream. So for most of us natural girls, girlfriends, that's how we moisturize our hair. So we will first spray with water or a leave-in conditioner, which is good. Leave-in conditioners can be up to 50% water. Then we will follow that up with an oil of our choice, a sealing oil, and then thirdly, it will be a cream. Do bear in mind that sometimes the cream can be replaced with a gel, depending on if you are doing a hairstyle or trying to achieve a certain look. But if you are just moisturizing, it would be liquid oil cream. There are many different kinds of cream in the markets, and to be honest guys, I still don't think I've found the cream for me. But currently I'm using Aunt Jackie's Seal It Up cream, which is the flaxseed one, and it is working well. Better for styling than for moisturizing, I feel, but I am happy with it, and I'll see what else I can try on the market. So the LOC method I would do definitely every time after washing your hair, and depending on what time of year it is, maybe once again or twice again during the week. Probably twice in winter as the air is more drying to your hair, but I try not to have my hair out in winter as much as I can. And then the fifth one I have here is that rice water. Rice, listen to me, rice water is a miracle. Guys, it works. Rice water does grow hair. There are many videos on rice water. But if you want me to do a video, comment below and I will do it. So, rice water is basically using the starch that comes from raw rice. So, before you cook it, to make a protein treatment. So, you can either do this by soaking some rice in cold water and then leaving it there for 24 hours, or there's different ways to do it, but let me explain how I do it. So how I do it is I will take a jar that's like 300 milliliters, and I'll take maybe 3 spoons of rice. I feel white rice works better than brown rice because it releases more starch, more of that murkiness into the water. So I'll take approximately 3 spoons of rice, and I'll put it in a 300 milliliter jar and put cold water to fill up the jar, close the jar, and then you need to leave it to ferment for 24 hours. Use your rice water fermented. Once it's fermented, you can use the rice as a pre-poo or an after wash rinse. I'm still in between. I haven't decided whether I'm using it as a pre-poo or as an after water rinse. If my hair is really got a lot of build up, I do prefer using it as a rinse after shampooing because I feel that those good stuffs, those nutrients penetrate my hair better. But if my hair is relatively clean, I can use it as a pre-poo, leave it in for 20 minutes, and then do my shampoo and deep conditioning afterwards. But do the research, try it, and see what will work for your hair. But it definitely does grow your hair. I started using rice water last year in August. It's been more than a year now, and I've seen significant growth because my hair was even at a plateau, guys, before I started using rice water. So my hair was about up to here, like the tip of my nose. This was last year, August, and I've been using rice water. I haven't even been consistent, but my hair now touches my chin, basically. You see? And even here, if we go to the back, um, if we go to the back, it's almost, it's really past shoulder length, I would say, because this would be shoulder length here. So it's past shoulder length, but you know, our hair grows up, so you'll never really see the length. And then, so rice water has been very good for growth. Another thing that I've been doing, and I don't know if other naturalistas do it because they don't talk about it, but I've been doing cholesterol treatments, which I think are bomb. And I'll do a separate video on that. But cholesterol treatments have been really good for my hair. It brings back the elasticity to my hair, which I really love. I do use it as a deep conditioner as well. So I'll sit with it for like 30 minutes under a plastic cap. So those are my tips, the do's for my natural hair. I just wanted to focus on the good stuff. The do's for my natural hair are the things that I've just spoken about. And I hope it was insightful and it was a sneak peek into the kind of knowledge I'll be sharing with you. And before I sign off, I'd just like to say that obviously our hair is not the same. Hair type comes into play, genes come into play, and you should always be aware or cognizant of changes in your life that might affect your hair. And I've listed a few here. First of all, there's genes. Some of us, like me, are just blessed to be born where mommy and daddy both had good hair and we inherited that, and some of us have to work extra hard to make sure that we have healthy, glowing froze, you know? But you need to understand that, and then you need to embrace what you need to do. Diet comes into play. A healthy body means healthy skin and healthy hair. Some of us can eat junk food all day and have clear skin, and some of us need to hydrate. Some of us need to eat lettuce and carrots and all that stuff to keep our skin clear. That's a combination of genes and diet, though. And then weather and climate. Obviously, not obviously, maybe for some people, but your regiment should be very strict in winter. You should be moisturizing more often. You should be putting your hair away more often in winter than you would in summer, because it's drier and cold in winter and humid in summer. So you need to be aware of that too. Age. Age comes with change. It's hormonal change, it's health changes that might also affect your hair. Also, pregnancy. If you're pregnant, you might see changes in the way your hair is growing or reacting to certain products, because hormonally you're going through changes. Also, contraceptives can make a change in your skin and your hair. So be aware of that. Just because of those changes, you might have to make changes in your regimen as well. Also, weight gain and weight loss might change how your hair looks. So I think we all need to be aware of that. Some people get pregnant and their hair starts growing longer, their skin starts glowing. So it could be, these things can be good things or bad things, you know, and our bodies are different. They react to things differently. Our hair is different, they react to products differently. But we all need to know that this is a trial and error journey with natural hair. If I haven't learned that in the past 9 years, I have learned nothing. It's trial and error. Sometimes you will spend so much money on a product to just find that it doesn't work for your hair, and you've got to finish the bottle sometimes because you're on a budget, but you know never to go back again. You know, so we need to be aware of all of these things. Take these videos into your life and practice it, but also know that we're not the same. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been insightful. Please comment, share, and like. And most importantly, please subscribe so that I know that there are people who are watching these videos and who want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video that will hopefully happen really soon.